Good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. I might have to take a break in a minute and go get a couple of cough drops because
You just
my
got here.
sinuses are, my
Just
sinuses
go live.
are.
He needs a break already. Jeez.
No, I got to go grab some cough drop. I was going to do before the pre-show, but y'all kept me too damn busy talking.
Yeah, and you were taking care of a very important thing right before.
Yeah, my granddaughter walked in and had me do something for her, but if I start coughing, then I'll go get them. If you could not tell, my voice is very raspy from my sinuses just have kicked in this week because of all the stuff. But fortunately, Chris will tell you, we're getting some rain in Florida. The whole state was under drought and also under no fire. I mean, it was a fire ban completely throughout the whole state.
Yeah, but they're still doing it.
Yeah, they're still it'll take a few weeks for us to get some rain before they'll lower.
They're idiots still having fires. I can
smell yeah.
So.
Oh, we saw that. There was a guy in our neighborhood burning some stuff, and I was going like, are you a moron? You don't read the news? I mean, I
got the hose right here. Yeah, hose is going to put out a forest fire.
Oh, yeah. So, but
not the bright.
No, but things have been going good. Good times. I got just to let you know about my back and neck. I've had injections in my back and neck. They're working great. I'm feeling good. And so I get my back feeling great, and then I get the sinuses thing kicking in. So it's like one thing or another. But my point being is we're still looking at the mid of June or June sometime of me having neck surgery. So I'll keep you informed on how that's going to go. I'll probably miss. How many shows you think I'll miss, Paul? 1, maybe 2,
or none.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Maybe 1.
Okay, so there we go.
All depends how tough you are, right, Jim?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go there, Paul. You had to do that, didn't
you? Well, if Paul says none, then I'm not going to be the wuss, and I won't miss none.
All right.
Oh, you're going to be in pain. None. I wouldn't say that.
So anyway, my point
just to cover our bases.
Yeah.
If you don't make it out, make sure one of us has the password to StreamYard.
Yeah, yeah. I'll make sure Al has everything.
Well, we want to make sure we have the proper service for you.
Yeah. So, but we're still looking at June surgery date for my neck first, and I'm trying to discuss with them. They got to go in here, so I want them to leave this the hell alone and just cut right here out where they have to.
I wouldn't bet on it.
They're going to tell you got to shave it off.
No, I have talked to a couple of people, and they said they only need an area about this big, and it's down far enough that they might be able to save the majority.
Can you use the marker, please? Show us where.
Exactly. You got it right.
Of course, when they sew you up, some of your beard might get stuck in the incision.
Oh my God.
That's why they got to take it all off. But Christmas is a long ways off, so
yeah, we'll hope one way or another. So it is what it is. I got to have the surgery. I can't just go without it. So
when you're going in for surgery, they don't listen to you. I've had many surgeries, and I always say, put the IV in my left hand. I'm right-handed. I wake up, it's in my right hand.
Yeah.
It's like the military. Just take a little off each
Yeah,
side.
exactly,
Just like
yeah.
in the military. Okay, no problems.
15 surgeries, and every single one is in the right hand. So,
Yeah.
When I
So
was in boot camp, we had a guy from Pennsylvania that had white hair all the way down to his butt. And the drill instructor walks over when he gets in the chair to get his hair cut. He goes, I want to watch this one myself.
yeah.
Yeah. And this hair is like, I swear the pile looked like it was 2 feet high when he was done with them. It was crazy.
wow.
That is crazy. That is
It looked
crazy.
like one of the elves on Lord of the Rings. It was just like really, it was as tall as I am, but it just had this white, really long white hair. It's crazy.
Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, so we don't have any what I would say scheduled chat as far as or show, but I will say this. You know, we enjoy coming out here every chance we get and talking to y'all. But in the same aspect, I would really appreciate some more input on the side of questions and stuff about, real-time woodworking and stuff. Because I got news for you. First off, I want to make the statement.
Yeah.
There's a wealth of knowledge between every one of us that sit on this panel. And I've learned to respect the ones that are on this panel with that wealth of knowledge. I mean, we go from woodworking to 3D printing to laser to we have Donna on here who is a embroidery sewing master, so to speak.
Somehow
So we
there's
have
going to be dramatic music right now. Dun,
yeah.
dun,
So we have a wealth of knowledge on here, and we're gaining knowledge like Jeff's train. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say Jane. Jane's Train World HO. We have a wealth of knowledge like he's on board in our chat. Michelle Marcoux,
JJ Easy's out
Aussie Man just showed me some pins. He sent me some pictures of some pins he turned out of ivory tusk or something. I'm like, really? So there's a lot of wealth of knowledge that comes out of this show, but I feel it's getting left out, and we need to spread the word, if you will. I'm going to have to go get a cough drop because I'm getting hoarser and hoarser. We need to spread the word out there to other people. And I'm not saying this to gain my popularity. I don't need to be popular. I could care less about my popularity. I care less about helping people into woodworking, lasering, 3D printing, all that other kind of stuff. So my point being is, let's get some people in here that want to ask questions, want to learn. And if you have questions, want to learn, ask, because I'll be the first one to tell you, if I don't know and none of us know,
We'll
I will
definitely figure something
guarantee
out.
you I know enough people in a lot of places that don't come on the show, but will still, I can make contacts and find things out for you to answer your questions, is my point.
And if we don't know,
Or
we'll
we'll
make
just
up something.
Huh?
What Chris said. What
We'll
Chris
wing
said.
it.
Bring it, yeah. We'll make up something. It'll sound good.
No,
Hey,
but
like,
I have
you
friends
sound
like
good.
Alex Snodgrass, the bandsaw guru of the world. I have friends like what's his name?
Hey Russ,
The
Aussie
woodworking specialist or whatever his name is. I've talked to him. I've got a bunch of friends out there that I can ask questions and they will answer me and I can bring you their answers. So that Aussie man said that was 10 to 20,000-year-old ivory that those pens were made from.
Wow.
Yeah, from a woolly mammoth, I think it said.
Yeah.
Yep, woolly mammoth tusk.
Yeah, so my point being is let's get some more questions in here other than us sitting around here and BS about our personal lives, and so that we can get back in the swing of things of helping each other and giving some information on things that we really need to be given information on.
Mhm.
Woolly mammoth.
Yeah, Aussie man said that's a perfect. Or no, it was Leonard Davis said, "Bill, are you really old?"
Really.
That was great. That was great. That was great.
Len's got lathe stuff behind him.
Yeah, see what I say? We got
Wait,
So-
I'm sorry. Handcrafted stuff. My mistake. I misread.
well, but my point being is I would
What-
really like to take it away from the direction we're going in and move it up a level to where we get people involved in answering questions, leading people to different avenues, giving information on stuff other than sitting here and BSing for the show. So
Find somebody.
that's my point. So if y'all would please in the chat reach out to people and tell them if you had woodworking, laser, 3D, whatever questions, why don't you come join us on the show
Problem out there.
and we will try our best to answer your questions or find out what you need to know.
Jeff says he's been doing a lot of landscaping, and I'm assuming not like the type of
wow.
landscaping that Donald does on his train set.
Yeah. No, I saw some of the stuff that Jeff's Train World. Yeah, I saw some of the stuff you've been producing because I've made friends with him on Facebook, so I get to see his posts, and I have saw some of that stuff, and that's all. He's like out of control on the train set world. He's out of control.
How do you find them? Just type in Jeff's Trains.
Yeah, just click on the link. You should be able
Facebook
to
and you'll
go.
be in there.
Or if you, Al, would you be so gracious to find where we can
Yes.
find him?
Yes.
No, he's posted. I've been following him ever since we made friends
There
on
you go, guys.
Facebook and see his posts.
If
And
you
I'm
haven't
like,
joined,
wow.
go join.
Yeah, go join him. He's making these awesome sets and these kits that he's laser cutting the buildings and stuff.
Little
Like-
bitty tiny trees too.
Yeah. So he's doing real good. And then Dixon does the same thing on a different scale. I think you will make your lot out of cardboard, I think it is.
Which scale do you use again, Dixon?
They're all 3D printed. All my kits I sell on eBay are 3D printed, but I made hoses out of cardboard and laser cut them and all kinds of stuff.
Do you have a specific place where you sell them?
eBay. I
Well,
sell
then-
my blast furnaces and
Well, then
Pickle
why the hell ain't
Factory.
you telling us that so we can put it out there?
coat furnaces because I'm big. I can't keep up, so I don't care.
Oh,
That's good.
I've never heard a person say I don't need too much business.
That's why I didn't put nothing. I didn't start a
All right,
Facebook
I'm
or
gonna
nothing
have to
because
take a break. I'm gonna have to go get a cough drop, or otherwise in about 2 or 3 more minutes I won't be able to talk. Y'all chat amongst yourselves
Uh,
and build up the business.
There you go.
I'm getting mixed up on emails. This guy, hey, I sent you last week. Are you the guy in Michigan? No, I'm the guy in Virginia. And it's, oh my God, I can't keep up, and I'm supposed to be retired.
Same name as yourself?
Same name as
Yeah,
yourself?
same person. The guy in Michigan is
Oh, no, there's. I sent the kit to the guy in Virginia. That's the O scale. I charge $560 for the O scale kit.
Wow.
I wasn't going to get into that because started another job. But anyway, then a guy in Michigan wanted one, so I sent him one. Now his buddy, the guy in Virginia, his buddy found out about me, and he wants me to send him the information. And then the guy in Michigan now wants a Coke quencher and furnace. And now the one in Virginia wants one, and it's like, oh, I said, you gotta wait. My printers are busy. I said 3 weeks.
Now, are those assembled when you ship them out, or are they kits?
They're just kits. I print out the big pieces, the walls, and all of that, and they get
Flat pack them and send them out, huh?
Yep, they're just for the kit. I'm not. If I want to build it, then I want about $950. If I have to build it.
950. Holy crap.
Here's
Now
a
I know why I
picture.
never got into model railroad.
Yeah, I found things that they didn't. Jim knows all about that. He worked on that. Did you
What's
work at
that?
the one in? Did you work at the one in Ohio, or the blast furnace?
Oh, Indiana.
Indiana, yeah. I watched that one live in Virginia.
My first job out of high school was at a Coke plant. I was an oven laborer. So
Okay.
when you send those things out, make sure you throw a bunch of coal dust all over them.
Yeah.
That's the nastiest place in the world to work.
Oh, I seen that. I watched them. Yeah, here's the HO that I did, and then the guys in the background, they wanted an image. So there's how big the O scale is in the background. They're pretty darn big. But hey, if they want them, I can make them. And I have my prices on my pickle factory and all of that. I have it real high on eBay because I have to wait till I catch up.
Pickle factory?
Yeah, pickle. I got a pickle factory with the vats and all of that, and that I sell that kit and
Oh, so it's not a rated X pickle factory.
line building. I had it
Adult only.
Here is the pickle factory.
Nice.
Focus. There it is. The vat on the side.
And Paul, I meant to capitalize it. What is it? The pickle factory?
That's the pickle factory. You can see the vats on the side, and on that side, and there's vats there. And I got lights in the building, and
Wow. And what do you get for that?
that one, I gotta look at my chart here. I
ballpark.
I got that high because I gotta wait till I catch up. I sell that for $160. That kit.
And what scale is that?
That's HO. The HO blast furnace. That I sold 5 of them already this month. I got $320 for those. That's for the kits only. I'm not gonna build it. If I gotta build it, I want another $200 or $300.
Maybe I'm in the wrong hobby.
Yeah.
Right?
We've been telling you need to get a 3D printer.
Yeah, you don't.
I just sold an arc. I got to make another one now.
I'll tell you what, though, if you're busy, you're fine right with what you're doing because it can get to be
Exactly. So a couple
much.
pieces a month. I'm a happy camper. So
yeah.
the shop is already paid for. If I make a few bucks and it pays for the blades and the sandpaper, we're good to go. So,
Here's the so then I had that's the little cord on the cob there. I got one here where a truckload of pickles that I had for myself. I had a 3D printed truckload of pickles. Them things are tiny.
And of course, you designed this, right?
Yeah.
Leonard Davis wants to know what your best-selling item is.
That blast furnace, because it's very hard to get them. that was stuff that was made in the 70s, and I don't think China has the dyes anymore.
Wow.
So you make it, flat pack it, and they have to put it together and paint it.
Yep, I CAD it all up, 3D print the parts. Here's what a bunch of the parts, the coke furnace, this is what they are, the building parts, and that's the HO, so they're smaller.
Wow.
And I just
Do you give them instructions, or is it a puzzle?
it's instructions, but what I do is I don't write no instructions. I found a quicker way was I have a Tinkercad, I have all the parts, and then it's an exploded view.
Oh, okay.
Here, I got the piece of paper here.
Well, none of us actually pay attention to instructions anyway. So
There should
Yeah,
be
nobody
a video
uses instructions. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
with Dixon explaining
here we go.
the first
I
step
gave
is
TU a hard time because there were no instructions with
and
my.
put it in this piece.
No. Hold on. Before Dixon goes any farther, I just want to make sure that you're going to reimburse me for all this advertisement.
I don't want no advertising.
Take it out of his paycheck, Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll
goes
get
back
an
to
extra.
bonus.
You'll get an extra rung on the ladder.
Paul, just by all of these pictures, you can look at them and pretty much see how the parts are built.
Yeah.
And then I'll have an exploded view like this in my CAD program, where
Right.
each piece is
Yeah, so that's great. Okay, not to be a killjoy.
Ah, geez.
But
No. I'm glad. And if he wants to put his eBay information out there, he's more than willing. I never deny anybody for advertisement. But let's not be a killjoy, but let's go back to this. I really want to. I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm at the midway point, either stopping the show totally, completely, just shutting down here, and I'm talking about it's really coming close. Or, but hold on. Let me please finish.
Yes, sir.
Get back to the point. And I'm not going to say we're ever going to go back to the point of the original, but back to the point where we're getting some people in the chat. We're making progression. I'm going to make myself more getting out there and into finding people to be on the show, to bring creativity. I will promise myself that at this moment, because I want to get it to the point back where we were, to the point where we're helping people, where people would come on, they would have questions, we lead them in the right direction, we get their questions answered, and there is far by enough knowledge is what is only this panel, but in that chat to pretty well answer anybody's question. I'm not going to say there's not some that will fall through the cracks, but once again, I have a wealth of friends that will, if I reach out to them and ask them for help, I can assure you they will answer me. So let's please drive this thing forward, myself included. Hey, I'm at the top, so I'm telling you, this is what I want to do. And I'm asking this of everyone here and in the chat. Please drive this thing forward more, so we can get back to that where we're not just sitting here frivolously talking, but we're actually helping people do things. We're leading people in the right direction.
Yep.
And we're answering their questions. If you would please do that for me, not only this panel, but out there in the chat, I would really appreciate this, because I want to make this year, from this point on, 2025, be a big growth season. Trust me.
Chris says he's available. He's back too.
I am.
Yeah.
What? Who?
No. Chris.
Not you.
No, Andy,
Yeah. Trust
that-
me,
that-
What I volunteer for? What?
when I say this, I don't mean to be arrogant. What I want to do is drive this to the point that we're back up again in the higher ratings as far as people coming in. We have more members and stuff. I don't need the money. I don't need the money. I'm doing this because I love doing what I'm doing. And I don't think none of these people on this panel would be here because they're damn sure not making anything.
Yeah, that Christmas
So-
bonus is pretty pitiful.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. And I only got
So-
half what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but you're only here for half a show, so
well, yeah. So he gets paid half less, right?
You got it.
Start showing the whole damn show, Paul, and you'll get more money.
Okay.
But do you please understand what I'm saying? Can I get a
Yes.
hell yeah or just shut
we're
you?
with you. We got you.
Shut the
Hell
fuck up.
yes.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
Oh, yes.
all right. So
Yeah, I have a question. In
yes,
fact,
please.
Dixon can probably answer it. Is it possible to take sublimation off of like a mug?
Yes,
How?
heat.
Heat?
Yep.
After it's been on there and cured, you can take it off with heat?
Well, I don't know about the
I read
the
that
longevity.
We'll take it off, but
No,
I didn't know how well.
no.
No.
All right. When you first put it on, it's sublimation is a gaseous process between the print and the sublimation surface. That's the reason you can't put it on wool, you can't put it on cotton, you can't put it on anything other than polyester or mugs or cups or whatever.
Just
That is
use a
treated-
phaser. Phaser will take it off.
Yeah, but
Will it?
on
Okay.
you can't put it on anything that's not pre-sublimation ready. But I don't know the longevity of when you put it on as to when you take it off that it will work. But I have seen people take a mug and put it on a roller and take a heat gun and keep on heating it, and it would take all the color out and turn it back white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, you should be able to turn it back to a gas.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll give that
Yes.
a try. I'll give
Yes.
that a try. Okay. I'm out of here.
But
See you
it
later.
may not even take the heat gun. It may take just a blow dryer.
Okay.
But the heat will cause that ink to degas off, like Dixon just said, degas off that and turn back into white.
Okay. I'll give that a try. See ya.
Yeah.
Just
Uh-huh.
might
Yeah,
leave
then-
behind a real slight ghosting, you know, so it's
Yeah, but if you put a
depends.
little darker color over it, so to speak, let's say you get it down to a real pale gray, but if you're going something with a little bit darker, then you won't even notice it.
Okay.
Hey, Paul, tell Dave we send our love.
It's not Dave's show. It's Ryan's.
Oh, send him.
It-
Tell him
he's-
then. All
yeah,
right.
Okay. I'll
Nice to
do
go
that.
to Dave's. All right.
I'll do
yeah.
that.
Say Ryan, I love him. Dave,
Yeah.
not so much.
Hey, get him to come on some night. Get him to come to our show some night.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There you go.
So anyway,
Easy feed.
yeah. Let's, thank you, Niantic Woodcrafting with I think it's Chris Nealon for
Indeed.
the donation. I appreciate it very much.
I think that's his second one tonight. Did I
Yeah,
get that?
so I didn't know. I'm sorry I missed the first one. I'm sorry, but
I should have pointed out.
no, I just want to get this thing off of this thing where we're just sitting here bullshitting.
Yeah.
I want to get back into where the
So,
Brainstorm some
somebody-
ideas too while we're at it. So
Does somebody want to show something or do something? Or, I mean, you know, all I can do is blast the screen.
Well,
That's
you've been doing that a whole hell of a lot.
That's it.
Actually, no, I haven't anything to really show this week because I've been really caught up with. I'm going through the pre-evaluations of my neck surgery. They got me in physical therapy to get my body a little bit stronger, to prepare for the surgery. So I'm in that kind of a loop of things, getting ready. I did post, or I did say something to this thing earlier. Certain printers works really good, and Jim Bashir's has a V400, and I know Donna Presley has a V400. Work really great with splitting. It doesn't have to be a Bamboo Labs with an AMS system. You can stop the print midway and change colors.
Oh, wow.
The V400 has to be one of the ones that is very easy to change the color midstream. Jim, will you occur or concur?
Concur.
He's not
Who you
even
asking?
answering me.
Who are you asking?
I
Jim
think
Bashir.
Jim.
Yeah.
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 I said Jim.
I can't hear you very well because I don't have my headset on.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
that's your dumbass fault.
Well, I
Ground control to major.
found
Tom.
me out here in the garage, man.
That's
All
right.
right, what do you got?
How close are you
I
to the
said
driveway?
the V400 is very easy at changing colors midstream.
Yeah, you just put it on pause and change the filament.
Yeah.
Does it
so?
poop too? Do you have to poop it? or
No,
just
no
blend it
poop,
right
no
in, right?
poop, no
Yeah, just-
poop.
Blend it right in.
Yep, blend it right in. What the tube out of the top of the head is about maybe 3 inches long. So what you do is at the 46% mark, I cut the filament about an inch above that where it pulls the filament in, and I just feed the new filament in there and start pushing. And I keep pushing until I start pulling back and feel that it's grabbed it, and off it goes.
Yep. Multicolor on one spool.
You could do 3 changes if you wanted. I mean,
Probably
there's
could
no
do
limit to
Right,
it. Yeah.
if you stop
I
it at
just-
different points.
Yeah, I just started experimenting it. All right. So I found out the sweet spot is by the time I cut it and by the time I feed the new color in. So it started off with black. And by the time I fed the new color in, I needed to be at 40%, 46% black, cut it. And then by the time the orange took over, it was pretty well perfect.
Hey, Russ, can you make your picture bigger so people can see it
Oh,
easier?
yeah. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I realized I'm staring at like a 2-inch little window here. So there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, neat. So
Yeah,
you
so
change
you
color
start out-
midstream, huh?
Yep. Just change color midstream.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now,
And then
I'll
this.
cave eventually and get one, but ain't happening anytime
Yeah.
soon.
And then
Not
this
happening
was
anytime soon.
this one I did today, just playing around with a different one because I did like 2 or 3 of these and they work great. So let's change it and let's see if it works on the same aspect with a different little pattern. And
Yeah.
yep, it worked pretty well perfect.
Cool.
What I noticed was kind of funny is this eye turned out pretty much blue. But for some reason, this eye, well, I guess it is blue. I thought it was black.
Well, one's darker than the other.
It is
Well, a little darker than I guess this one kind of picked up a little more black in it or
Yeah.
something.
a little transition.
But yeah,
Hey,
but
Chris has
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
He said something about, let's see, what did he say? I just lost it. The email about the street yard thing,
Yeah.
street yard prices.
Prices? I don't know.
Any comment on my email about street yard prices? I don't know.
I haven't seen that email, to be honest with you.
Oh.
So,
The missing email.
well, no, I'm serious.
The unseen
So,
email. No, the unseen
if
email.
you will, which email address did you send it to? And the second thing is, send it again, please, because I will answer you.
He will. I know he will.
Yeah. I didn't see it first off. So, but if you send it again,
StreamYard prices. StreamYard sent to contest.
Yeah. So if you'll send that to contest at simplywoodencreations.com.
Yeah, when email was new, it was great. You were getting information back and forth fast.
Yeah.
Now you send out an email, you're hoping it doesn't get lost in the trash zone.
Yep.
I had
Well,
someone
here's
come back and say, "You never answered my email." Like, what email?
Well, here's the thing. The email contest at simplywoodencreations.com is a standalone email, but anything that is sent to that email is forwarded to my main email. And the reason I don't give out my main email is because I don't want to be bombarded by a bunch of bull crap. But if you send it to contest, I'll get a notification in my email saying you just received an email at contest at simplywoodencreation.com.
So I should have put your email on the men's room wall.
Oh yeah,
it actually has a sound that says "You've got mail."
yes.
Oh, is that
So, but yes, so I didn't. But Chris, I bitched and got satisfaction. I like that. Yeah, StreamYard prices sent to content. Oh, he wants to know about StreamYard content prices. Yes.
He said,
Send me another email. I'll look for it. And if I don't, I will get back with you. I promise.
Well, the only project I got going right now is I've not been in the shop all week. I'm trying to figure out how it got so messy when I'm not out here. So
was Paul out there? That's kind of
or like
me,
a million degrees. Outside was like the surface of the sun out there. So I just stayed in the house in the air conditioning. But past couple of days, I had this old wooden parrot that.
Oh, I got to show that. Holy crap. I remember that.
Yeah, this hung over my patio back in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I remember that.
On its way into the workshop.
So it's a northern parrot, huh?
Yes. It's a Norwegian blue and it's resting. But it's the wood splitting and so you know what? It's time for rehab.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yeah, rework it and get it out there on the back porch.
Nah, it's going to hang in my workshop again. So.
Oh, okay.
But it'll be a mess.
I discovered one thing. Whoever carved this originally used an old fence post.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm finding holes where a rail would have been at one point. So,
Oh,
right.
So,
cool.
Hey, whoever carved it did a damn good job for a fence post. Yeah. But I washed it down. Now I'm sanding it and painting it. So we'll get there. Maybe we'll run a contest to name them.
Cool.
When it's all done.
That'd be good.
Yeah, there you go. There's an idea.
All right. So you get it repaired and we'll put out a contest to rename him.
Yeah.
And I'm the first one to say that I'll give you I'll put out $25 gift card. I got to be careful about that because it costs more to send gift cards overseas.
Yeah.
But I'll do a $25
Do a Venmo or a eBay
yeah,
or
Yeah,
yeah,
Venmo,
something like
PayPal,
that. Yeah.
something.
For the renaming contest.
All right, we'll do that. Right now, his name has just been Woody over the years. So
Huh.
time for a new
Okay,
name.
so I
More
can't.
dignified than that. It should be.
That,
Chris
that note,
Nealon, let's help me out here.
yeah, that Chris
Russ
Newland,
was the shirt illustration for the black and orange colors, or I don't understand why you say shirt illustration for the black and orange colors. I'm not quite sure. I don't understand what that means.
Yeah, I don't know either. Russ, was your shirt the instauration for the black and orange?
Yeah, I'm
color?
not quite sure what that meant.
Russ, look at your shirt.
Oh, well, no, this is a Florida Gator shirt.
whoa,
So StreamYard's renewal increased over $850.
that can't be right.
He
That
said no, and he received a 40% reduction.
maybe 85.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because last time I
Yeah.
looked at using it and starting something, it was like $50 at max.
No, I play the full blown. I assure you, it's not that much. Not even $50.
Hey, Leonard wants to see the first 3D print. If you would hold it up, please.
Which first 3D print?
I guess of the
This would be the orange and. All right. First off, I'm not sure what you're saying. So, this is a Florida Gator shirt, and I bought it.
maybe that's what he's saying. Maybe it's that.
I didn't print this. I bought this. And it's got the Florida Gator emblem on it. I bought it at the Florida Gator shirt place. If you're asking about this, this is a lizard I printed in orange and black.
Orange is the new black.
Yeah. And the newest one that I printed was done in blue and black, which is a different lizard, but he turned out really cool too. Was blue and black. Yes, I'm a Florida University, Florida Gator by heart. Anything else sucks.
Do they have a cure for that?
Yeah, they do. Become a Florida Gator.
That.
Become a Florida Gator and you have all your cures.
Yeah, that's one thing I have not adjusted to down here, that people are so committed to their college and university teams.
Yes, they are.
In Boston here, no one gave a rat's ass.
Yes,
they weren't
but
talked about in the sports
if
report.
you
They weren't
go
in
to
anything.
Alabama,
Nobody cared
you're-
up there.
I know, but and then you go to Georgia. I mean, everybody has their own state team.
It's a southern thing. You guys are so
Yeah,
committed
it
to the
is.
university system.
I agree with you. And
We were
here's
about
the point.
We had the Patriots, so why
And
wouldn't I
here's
be?
the point. I'm not in rivalry with the kids playing football.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
know.
just supporting my team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what.
Georgia has won a few years in a row, and I'm like, Georgia, you're awesome, because those kids played their butts off.
Yeah.
But would I have preferred it been a Florida Gator team? Oh, hell yeah. But yeah.
All right.
I had a neighbor invite me over to watch a college game one afternoon. I'm like, dude, this is boring. Sorry, I'm not into it as much as you are. So
Exactly. Yeah. You have to be into
I'm gonna
it.
go home and put the Red Sox on. So
The Gators,
Yeah,
the blue and black.
I'm
No, the
joking about it,
Gators
but-
should be the blue and orange. That's actually their emblem is blue and orange. If you look it on, it's an orange shirt with a blue emblem.
So the colors are the little lizard. Is that what he's saying? It's the same.
Yeah, I think so, but I didn't put it as the Gator colors. I just tried the difference.
Orange and black.
Yeah, I didn't put it as
Rambling
that.
Tigers, is it? I forget what that college is. But
Yeah, there's a lot of Texas, Oklahoma. Oh, there's so many teams in the Southern that if you walk into a stadium, you have to be careful where you walk because you get your ass beat by being a fan of the other team. I mean,
yeah, people got their own hobbies and their own sports. Mine's pro. I like the pro level. So.
well, but now I'll tell you what, when you say that, Pennsylvania, what's Pennsylvania?
Penn State?
Yeah, no, not
Steelers?
college level.
Oh, college level.
Those are the worst team of the world as far as their fans. Yes, they came
that
down
goes with
here
any
when,
sport. No, that's any pro college. It's any sport.
yeah, Pennsylvania,
Especially, Philly especially.
the Eagles have the worst fan level of everybody.
Yeah,
worst fan level. I mean, they came down here to a Bucks game, and they were starting fights with Bucks players, and we're going like, "What the hell? It's a team, what the hell?" And they will tell you if you are like, they'll tell the Tampa Bay Bucks fans in pro, if you're going to Pennsylvania, you better watch your back because they'll.
Wear that Kevlar, be ready for battle. So
yeah.
I was at a Bruins.
But I think that's sad when
game.
you can't go represent a team and be the go hung. If I lose, I lose. I'll walk out the door, and but they have to fight over it.
Yeah, I was at a Bruins and Flyers game once, and I couldn't believe the Flyers fans that were around us in the seats. Like, guys, it's a hockey game. Chill, will you? It's a hockey game.
Yeah.
Don't they knock their teeth out and stuff in a hockey game?
Intentionally. The fans, they knock a tooth out just so they can feel part of it. So, but then again, I go to Yankee Stadium for a Red Sox Yankees game, and there's a rivalry that goes way back. We will poke at each other. We'd make jokes about each other. At the same time, we'd buy each other a beer. So it's all in fun. But the Philly people, God, they're mean.
I mean, there's no bigger rivalry in the state of Florida than the Florida State Seminoles and Florida Gators.
Really?
That is the biggest rivalry in the state. I have been to many bars over the years and watched those two games. And I can honestly say, I mean, that's the top end rivalry that I've never seen a fight break out. I mean, we just sucked it up and said, "Oh yeah, you win this year," but I've never seen a fight break out. But from my understanding, in Pennsylvania, it's a whole different situation.
Yeah, they're just mean and nasty there. That's all.
Yeah, Ken Hendricks Woodworking said, "I got a townhome in St. George Island if you're interested." Actually, I don't know where the hell St. George Island is. So,
what state is it in?
St. George Island. He didn't say what state. St. George Island.
Let me just type
Down
that
here.
in.
I bet you it's in Pennsylvania.
Let's see. In Florida, the perfect peaceful vacation.
Key West.
Florida's Forgotten Coast.
Oh, yeah, hey, there's a Parrot Head Club there. I forgot.
There's island activities. Best visit time is
Franklin County. There it is.
Yep, Franklin.
There's a Parrot Head Club in over there.
Oh, that's
Forgotten
Leonard Davis said he thinks it's more Philly than actual Pennsylvania. And
He's
you might
probably
be
right.
right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
probably
you
right.
might be right. It might be a Philly thing. Yes, I agree with you.
I'm kind of slanted because I took a group of Special Olympics kids to Philly for a hockey tournament, and during the night, someone stole tires off our van. The
Yeah.
city of brotherly love.
I don't know. Those Amish people can be pretty rowdy sometimes.
Yeah, I came out in
Yeah.
the morning and saw my van, brand new agency van, by the way, sitting on blocks with no tires
Yeah.
on it.
At least they put blocks under it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, that's what the cop told me. You're lucky they had blocks.
Hey, Ross.
All right. Since we veered off the actual, I talked about woodworking crap, and y'all are still not
Sometimes
going
those are the
there.
fun nights. So.
I can get us back on the woodworking track here real quick.
There we
All right,
go.
well, let me make this statement first, and then you can
Course
go to that
correction.
because you already had this thing. So I took my family. My brother was the sales manager of the Tampa Tribune in the Tampa, Florida, and that was actually one of the biggest newspapers in Central Florida at the time. And he went to a conference in Washington, D.C. Well, he had a week there, but and he got paid for a week to be there, and he got paid for a week motel room. But he was only going to be there for 4 days. So 3 of the 4 days he had nothing to do. So I actually took my family up to join him. We had a van, already had a van. So we drove up to Washington, D.C. and got to stay free, basically a motel room for 3 days. But we were wanting to go downtown Washington, D.C. and visit. So we talked to the tourist people, or he had previously talked to the tourist people about what would be the places to go and what times and all this other kind of stuff. And they basically told him, when the sun goes down, don't go out in Washington, D.C.
That sounds like a song.
What a surprise there.
Yes. Because there are street people living on the streets. It's even the police department can't keep up with the stuff going on down in Washington, D.C. Now, the capitals and stuff are all protected. We're talking about the back streets.
Yeah.
They said if you want to be safe, take the tour. We understand we're not promoting the tourist buses, but take the tours through, because they'll drop you out in front of where you want to go, and they'll be there when you come back and pick you up and take you to the next place and the next place. But if you will go walking down the streets and you will lure off some of the past, yeah. And we literally walked. We got dropped off of the bus and went to walk in one of the buildings, and I looked down the alleyway, and I guess the heat in a lot of these buildings are steam, so have these things on the sidewalk that release the steam heat to heat the building, and there was like 6 bums around the steam vent to keep warm that night. And I said, this is in Washington, D.C., our capital?
We can do better.
And no, we went to the next place. And this time I made it a point to walk from the front of the building to look down the alleyway. And it was the same damn way. And I went like, and this is Washington, D.C.? So, yeah, I learned a little. So when you say Philly, and maybe Philly, Philadelphia, Philly, whatever you want to say, I learned that night. I was amazed, totally amazed that our capital would be like that. And I'm not lying to you, I saw this firsthand. So I was amazed at that. Yeah, and Russ Meadows said there's a lot of crime in D.C. Yes, there is. There's a lot of crime in D.C. So yeah,
I was amazed at the
Downtown Chicago. I can vouch for that one, Jim.
yeah.
It's crazy. It is crazy. You go south of the river, and on the other side of the expressway, you're taking your life in your own hands.
Mhm.
you know, at the same time, we can do better to take care of our own people. Come on. You know?
Well, and you're right. And I do the default on the government.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. People are downplaying Trump, but this is far out of Trump's hands. This happened years and years and years ago before
It's been
Trump.
every administration. They just kick the can problem down the road and
Exactly.
let the next administration worry about it.
Yep.
I'm not going to dump it on any administration specifically.
No, but I will find it funny that I looked up the stats, and actually, Bill Clinton was more harsh on deportation and the immigration issue than Trump's ever been. Look it back for yourself.
No, I don't doubt it, but at the same time, though, it was done legally. So,
Well, I don't give a shit if it's done illegally or not.
let's not go down this road
It's
because
just-
we'll have a good argument going.
No, but my point being
Time out.
is that you opened up with the right thought that it's just kicked down the can. Everybody's made it worse.
Yep.
Some people tried to come back and make it better,
Yep.
and it's just not been handled right at all.
In any direction, no. Right.
Right. I agree. I totally agree. And I'm not
Right.
getting an argument with you, Chris.
So right there,
I
we're on the
agree
same
with
page.
what
Just
you're
stop
saying.
there. So,
No, I'm just saying I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's kicked up and down, up and down, up and down, and nobody's taking care of it.
right, exactly. So,
Yeah. It's a sad situation.
I've been on 2 trips. I went to Jamaica for a trip, and I went to Mexico for a trip. And I was actually thinking about DC, Philly, and New York. The people on the side of the road who were just living in the brush.
Yeah.
You know, like, wow.
It's sad.
The one I saw was one guy was filling water bottles from a stream that runs down the hill to the road. And the driver had told us, like, don't buy water from him. All that
Yeah.
water is coming from underneath the parking lot up top.
Yeah.
Nice. But, you know, they're doing what they got to do to survive. So,
No, I don't care. And I'll make this open statement. I don't give a flying flip if you're Democratic or you're Republican.
Yep.
Both sides have failed the United States of America.
absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on.
Yes, let's move on.
Hey, I got an idea for a topic. In June, I'm going up to Tennessee to see the in-laws. And my sister-in-law is a audiologist. She's got her own practice and everything. I was thinking about asking her to come on and we talk about hearing safety and shit.
Cool.
That would be great.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
want to talk to her face-to-face over the phone or electronically.
is
She's not getting the drift.
That'd be awesome. Great. I totally 100%. If she'll accept it, we'll bring her on.
Of course, it's going to cost me sitting down and have her testing my hearing. So,
Well, so we're going to do an on-air test.
ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can people out there be tested too? In other words, kind of.
It's kind of tough when they're on the other end of the computer.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Heather when I get up there.
Yeah.
See what we can come up with.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing. You think about the stereotype, gorgeous Southern belle. That's Heather. Oh my God, she's gorgeous, and her daughter is bringing up the rear. So
Cool.
amazing.
Cool.
Anyways, this is my little personal private fantasy.
No, I would actually, that would be a great thing
Yeah.
if she could bring on, and then you could explain to her our circumstances as working in the woodworking shop and our our hearing protection, what we need to do and watch out for, yes.
In fact,
Yeah, that would be a great informal.
is my new hearing protection
Oh my God.
Yeah.
because I got a little verbal correction from her. So,
Yeah.
so
That's good, Chris.
gave me the link.
Yeah.
I bought it. I got a good deal on it, so we're good. And it's Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's the thing about having them wear their Bluetooth. So they're not only hearing protection, but you can listen to music.
right. Because my biggest, there's two tools that I have to have my ears covered. Is that the planer for one.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
That thing, my neighbor says he can hear it halfway down the road.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when I'm
yes.
sitting right beside it.
Yeah.
And the other one is the router table. That thing got
Oh, the
white
router,
line.
yeah.
That one's horrible. Yeah. The
Yeah.
wine on that is sometimes.
Yeah,
So-
I would think next in line would be probably the table saw too, because I've noticed my ears when I was on the job, when I was cutting things on the job site, that my ears would start ringing after a while if I cut so many 2x4s.
Well, they're constantly doing it. Home hobby, home making things. I fire up the table, so I cut 2 boards. I shut it down.
Yes,
I'm not running 50 pieces over it inside of an hour.
right.
But
Get what
at
you're
the same
saying.
time, if you're going to be using it a long term, you want to take care of the ears. So those
Yeah.
drums need to be covered.
No, you talked to her.
Yep.
And she said yes, no problem.
I'm pretty sure she's good.
Um,
She's a pretty good egg. So
Just
Well,
finished
I
my
completed-
prototype.
I completed the laser cut squirrel feeder. If you guys want to see it, while we were
Yes.
sitting here. This
Hold
will be
on.
weird.
Let me put you on solo layout. Oh, no way. That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Dixon says he can hear good. He just needs to have, somebody that we wish someone would answer that darn phone or
Nice.
something like that.
That's
Very cool. I like
that's
that.
awesome.
So you have
Squirrel
feed
feeder
squirrels,
and- So I drew it up in Lightburn and then shifted it over to the WeCreate software to cut it with. So it turned out pretty good.
Do you have little people that you're not telling us about? Is that going to be another part of the show?
Yeah.
So that's the feeding the squirrels.
They're
Hey,
actually
Jim.
aliens.
Jim, I
So what are
don't-
you
I
saying,
don't-
Jim? You have slave labor?
Tiny,
Yeah, they're
tiny,
little-
tiny slave labor.
Tiny slaves. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Be careful. Florida wants to get rid of child labor laws.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna cut out of here. It's 9:00. My wife has been watching our granddaughter, so I'm gonna have to go help her, and she's got to get a bath and get to bed. And my son works till 1:00 in the morning, so we're watching her. She's usually pretty good about going to sleep. We give her a bath and lay her in bed, and Nancy reads her a book, and she's gone. So
Someone gives me a bath, I'm going to right to sleep too. So
yeah.
No kidding.
If my wife
I don't want
gives,
one from you, Russell. No.
no, I was gonna say if my wife gives me a bath, I don't know if we're going to lay to bed.
You will, but yeah.
Anyway,
Girls are out.
Anywho,
too much information. So
yeah,
anyway,
my-
listen, if you're too darn busy, you get out in your shop and make some sawdust. You're just too darn busy. Get off your lazy butt. And when I say making sawdust, I mean like do something creative, do some 3D printing, make something, design it yourself, get into the laser hobby, whatever you need to do. But just get off your butt, get off the couch, put your brain in motion, and make something.
Make it
Just
quick
give
enough.
me sawdust, lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all of my surroundings and even in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody. Thank you
Night,
for
boys and
watching.
girls.
And
And remember, you don't
thank
have to
for
go
watching.
home. You cannot stay here.
What
Nope,
he
you
said.
can't. What he
What he
said. You got to get out of here.